Our opening contest is in the RFO middleweight division, and it is brought to you by Dreamers Nightclub, the official after party of RFO Big Guns 21. Introducing first, making his way down the aisle into the blue corner, please welcome Ben Cook.
John, get things started here tonight at RFO Big Guns 21 with a fight in the middleweight division. As we see Ben Cook making his way to the cage here, and these are always the fights a lot of times that surprise a lot of people. You get the young guys who go out there who, don't have a ton of experience but have a ton of heart and are a lot of times very aggressive.
Yeah, and one of the things that RFO has really made themselves famous for is the local, you would normally think the I guess lesser level amateur fights. RFO has done a tremendous job of pitting young up-and-comers against each other and really surprising the audience with tremendous fights.
Exactly, and that is a testament to, of course, matchmaker Scott Corbin and also Matt Trukovich, who still does a lot of the matchmaking as well. But we have Ben Cook here, 21 years old, 5'5" in the middleweight division. He's 185 pounds, and he's a stout guy. And, he comes in looking to make his debut here. And that's always a tough, decision of where you want to make your debut. What weight class do you want to fight in? Where do you think that you're going to be comfortable going into your MMA career?
Yeah, absolutely. And here comes his opponent coming out next.
And his opponent making his way down the aisle to the red corner, please welcome Brandon Shepard.
Brandon Shepard, just 19 years old, making his sophomore appearance inside the cage. Took a loss against Cameron McIntosh earlier this year, a TKO in just 52 seconds. And if we've seen Cameron McIntosh a couple of times now, and that might not look as bad later on down in his career. A loss to an up-and-coming guy like that.
Absolutely. I mean, Cameron McIntosh, he is, you come in here as we look at the tail of the tape. Brandon Shepard comes in 0-1. However, that 0-1 is not as bad as it looks. You lose to Cameron McIntosh, that's just good experience. It's not a loss.
Exactly. A couple of young guys here looking for their first win inside the RFO cage. Big Guns 21, great atmosphere at the Summit County Fairgrounds. Third time the RFO has been inside this building, and I've been to all three of the events, and it seems like this is kind of becoming a home away from home for RFO, which typically does a lot of shows in Mansfield.
Absolutely, and one of the things that Matt Trukovich has done is he's really trying to expand RFO outside of Mansfield, going a little bit north into Talmadge. I fully expect he's going to be going up into Cleveland sometime soon. One of the things that RFO has done is they've really become kind of the last man standing in Northeast Ohio. There's been several promotions that have come through. Some have been successful and then have died off. Some just absolutely bombed to start with. But RFO has been the mainstay, and now they're looking to expand. So here we start our first event of the evening.
Send it back up to Jake Digman for the official introduction.
The following opening contest is in the RFO middleweight division, and it is brought to you by Dreamers Nightclub, official after party of Big Guns 21. Introducing first in the blue corner, he fights out of Fredericktown, Ohio. He weighed in at 187 pounds. He is an independent fighter making his MMA debut. Please welcome Ben Little Tyson Cook. His opponent in the red corner, he fights out of Akron, Ohio. He weighed in at 186 pounds. He is an independent fighter with an MMA record of 0 wins with 1 loss. Please welcome Brandon the Outlaw Shepard. This bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds, and when the action begins, your referee is Mr. Victor Ventresca.
All right, set to go here. Middleweight action, RFO Big Guns 21. We've got Ben Cook in the blue trunks, Brandon Shepard in the red, and as Jake Digman told us, Victor Ventresca is the referee here for this one.
Well, I certainly like the nickname of Ben Cook, Little Tyson, because that means he likes to throw that left hook. So let's see if he's going to live up to that title.
And he ate a shot there on his chin early on.
And both of these guys are independent fighters, neither one of them represented by a gym. One of the things that I really like to tell younger fighters, get in a gym, a legitimate gym, a Strong Style, a Griffin Raw, an Evolve MMA, you need legitimate training. You can't be doing it out of your garage.
And Cook early on has thrown that big overhand right a couple of times. Looks like that might be one of his go-to punches here. Both guys toe-to-toe here for the first minute of this fight, seeming very willing to trade.
Always interested in the guy with the Muay Thai shorts. And he's throwing nice leg kicks.
And you got to watch those, dropping that front hand on those leg kicks every time he throws those.
One of the things my coach always told me, Jason Den, said, if you're throwing a leg kick, you better make somebody blind by putting a hand in their face.
Both guys throwing a lot back and forth here early on, just over a minute into this fight. A very fast pace for guys who are middleweights.
Yeah, and for as big as these guys are, as far as their weight goes, both of them are quite short. 5'5" and 5'8". You don't typically see that at the middleweight division.
Exactly, pretty stocky guys, as we mentioned. You see Shepard circling as Cook takes the center of the cage here. Cook throwing that big overhand right again and then throwing a big body shot there that just misses.
Nice leg kick.
He is eating him up early on with those leg kicks, and there's the hook that you talked about before the fight started.
And leg kicks, another good leg kick, and I can tell you from experience.
He's already starting to buckle. You can see a little bit of grimace on the face of Brandon Shepard here. He is not liking those leg kicks. And if you're the corner of Cook, you got to tell him, keep throwing those leg kicks because they're landing.
Leg kicks, I would rather get punched in the face than take a good leg kick. Leg kicks are just brutal.
I know we have a running joke between us about the leg kicks. You always talk about how leg kicks can definitely finish fights, and we see Ben Cook doing a lot of damage here in this first round with those leg kicks.
And that's what the running joke we have for those of you watching at home or listening to us live on Go Fight Live. I think every judge needs to take a leg kick to realize how brutal they are. They are absolutely devastating.
And exactly how do the judges score those leg kicks as we're nearing here 15 seconds to go in the first round.
And you can tell the pace that these guys set early on.
Another leg kick there, and Cook throws everything with bad intentions. And I see how he got the nickname Little Tyson early in his career.
He's throwing everything with bad intentions, no question about it. But both guys, you could tell, waned a little bit in the last minute of that round. You could tell that they spent a lot of energy throwing, and they're both tired.
And there was a lot of movement there in that round, and that a lot of times with the stand-up is, one of the toughest things is, especially if you're the guy in Shepard on the outside circling, you got to think he took a lot of stamina out of his stamina bar there.
Yeah, without question, because those leg kicks are just absolutely brutal. You've seen UFC fighters get finished by leg kicks, because what happens at sciatic nerve that runs down your leg, you hit that enough, it's a Charlie horse to the 20th power, and they just get beaten on, and eventually you physically can't walk. You cannot put weight on that leg.
Exactly, and one of the things that I actually saw and noticed, Cook was actually turning his hips into those leg kicks, which makes them even more powerful. A lot of guys will throw the leg kicks out there kind of slapping, but the ones that hurt the most are the thudding. Instead of a slapping sound, you want to hear a thudding sound, and those are the ones that do the most damage.
Yeah, and especially when you get the tip of the shin that dives into that thigh. You're not just throwing the top of your foot over there. That, as you mentioned, the slapping sound. This is that thud, and that's telling you it is driving, and it is driving deep.
Victor Ventresca calls into the break here. 90 seconds for amateur fighters, and John, you got to think that first round went to Ben Cook with the advantage in the striking.
And here we go for round two.
See what the pace looks like here in this second round after both of those guys. There's another leg kick. You see Shepard trying to check those now, which usually means that he's hurting. Shepard a little sloppy. He's landing every once in a while, but seems to be pretty sloppy. Whereas Cook is throwing a lot. He's throwing a lot of shots, big overhands, but he seems to be throwing straight down the pipe for the most part.
And this is what we talked about in the first round, getting into a legitimate gym, cleaning up those strikes. Both these guys are tough. There's no question about that. But if you get into a legitimate gym, like I said, a Strong Style, an Evolve, a Griffin Raw, you get those punches cleaned up. Hey, you're tough. That's great, but let's get that technique down.
Exactly, two young guys. Big overhand right and knocks him down. And
he hit him again.
He stands back up.
Oh,
and he's done.
And that's it. And Victor Ventresca is going to call this fight, and probably rightfully so.
And he was going to give him an opportunity to recover there, but I think it was Shepard that said, man, that big clubbing right hand, that one was the first one that seemed like it landed flush.
Yeah,
and Shepard got dropped.
And hey, that's why he's called Little Tyson. He's going to throw things with bad intentions. And right now, Dr. Jerome Williams, who's a veteran in mixed martial arts as far as being a ringside doctor, he knows that this fight's over. And there we see on the replay, beautiful overhand right, and that's it.
And one of the things I noticed, with great shot there from our camera crew, didn't look like his eyes rolled in the back of his head there, but he definitely took a lot of punishment from that big shot.
Yeah, and you could just tell right now, you could see on the replay, he just didn't have his legs under him. You know, maybe it was just one, you know, as they said back in the day, you got your bell rung. But, you know, when you're talking amateur levels, you get your bell rung, fight's over. And that's one of the beauties of mixed martial arts. You call this fight early, nobody gets hurt. And we're going to send it up to Jake Digman here for the official announcement. Referee Victor Ventresca has stopped this fight. Dr. Jerome Williams confirms it, and we are now going up to Jake Digman.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Victor Ventresca calls a stop to the action at 57 seconds of the second round, declaring your winner by TKO, Ben Little Tyson Cook.
Let's hear it for both those guys. That was an awesome opening bout. Hang out, Ben. Come here, brother. Here with your winner by knockout, Little Tyson, Ben Cook. Is that your plan, man?
Yep, that was more or less it.
You came in, you hit him with that overhand right. He tried to get up, but Vic must have seen that there was nobody home. And I think that was a good stoppage for, you know, you guys are at an entry-level fight, and you got to take care, be safe. How does it feel to get your first knockout like that?
You know, it was fun. I like getting hit in the face, and that was pretty cool. So I'll see you guys next time.
That was a great fight, man. Let's hear it for your winner, Ben Cook, Little Tyson.